Hello, global actors! Elise here. I'm so glad to be here with you. As you join us today, let us know who's here and let me know how you're feeling. Tune in with how you're feeling tonight. Yeah, it's great to see lots of folks tuning in on Instagram. I'm in both places and I'm going to take your questions. So thank you so much for leaving them. Let's see. Welcome to Linda and Sarah and Angelina. Welcome, welcome. So good to see you. Elizabeth, glad you could join us. Philip, Nancy, welcome. So good to see all of you. Let us know if you have any questions, if there's anything I can support you with tonight. And I did have a question come in that we're going to get started with. Hello, Philip, here in the Global Actors Facebook group. Let me just take a moment to introduce myself to folks who don't know me, and then we'll get right into it. I will take the questions that have come in and we will get going. So, hi, hello. If you see me looking in both places, I am on the Instagram Global Actor account. If you see me looking over here, I'm inside the Global Actors Facebook group. So whichever platform you prefer, I am here for you tonight, and I'm really, really excited to be here. So who am I? Elise Arsenault, and I am here to support you as a fellow working actor. I'm really proud to be a coach, really a holistic coach, supporting actors in terms of business, in terms of life, in terms of creativity, performance. I am the founder of the Global Actor, where I help actors live where they want and work when they want. And one of my favorite ways that I do that is inside my signature course, The Great Audiobook Adventure, which is where I help actors to build thriving audiobook narration careers as a solid acting income stream. So you actually can be making a living as an actor, being creative, or at least building a solid stream as you work on the other creative enterprises that you are after. That's a little bit about me. Feel free to interact with each other in the chat. And if you have a question, please drop it. Okay, I'm going to take a sip of water. Then I'm going to start with a question from James. And if you haven't yet, today's live really has the focus of the post that I recently shared inside the Global Actors Instagram account. And I'm going to just read, for those folks who haven't checked it out yet, I'm just going to read it so that you can take this in. And if you've already read the post, hopefully you'll hear something new this time. So if you are feeling lost or stuck with too much to do on your to-do list, if you're questioning whether you should take a break from your dreams, especially since there is a SAG-AFTRA strike happening, there's a WGA strike happening. Maybe you create excuses and you avoid taking action altogether. And then you find yourself frustrated at that inactive energy. So I have a few strategies I want you to try, and I'm just going to reshare them with you today. But you can find this and you can save the post within Instagram. The first thing I want you to do is acknowledge what you've already accomplished. So if you're here with us live or you're listening to this on replay, what is one thing you can acknowledge having accomplished? And please don't skip this step. Please, if all of us could add this here, not only do we get to show up for ourselves, but we get to show up and support other people and remind them of what it means to be in action for ourselves. So what is something that you've already accomplished today or this week or this month or this year that you would like to acknowledge? It can be a small thing, it could be a big thing, whatever it is, please share it for us. So I'm going to just take a moment and see what folks are saying. Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Mom Vat. So pleased to catch your live. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. And Shannon, welcome. And I'm waiting for folks to acknowledge what is something you can acknowledge. What we focus on grows. So if we only acknowledge what's not working for us, guess what we're going to get more of? things not working out for us. But if we acknowledge the things that are working out for us, that's what we get, is more and more of what we want, okay? And this starts like anything, it's working a muscle. Let's celebrate Linda. Linda finished my practice audiobook. Linda, that is huge. Congratulations. That's such a big deal. I'm so proud of you. I know that is really the keystone project inside the Great Audiobook Adventure. It's such a big deal. So I am so proud of you. Congratulations. Angelina passed 50 books recorded after a little over a year of doing this. So amazing, Angelina. Congratulations. Such a win. I hope you are. I'm so glad you're celebrating it here, and I saw you celebrate it otherwise on social media, and I hope you're doing something just for you to celebrate as well. That's such a big deal. Awesome. Julia is celebrating. Oh, that this is your third narrator event today. I love that, Julia. What a full, enriching narrator life you have. And Selena hooked up a microphone and there was actually sound. Oh my gosh. There are so many wins here live tonight. So I just want you to notice that. Okay? All of you, if you're feeling overwhelmed right now, it's okay. Acknowledge one thing. Acknowledge one thing, acknowledge more than one thing. Take out something and write a list of things you can acknowledge, because I know you've done a lot. The second thing we can do, if there's too much on your to-do list and you're really feeling stuck, or you just don't know what to focus on first, I want to say, if you've been in an over-analyzing loop, like if you're like, oh, I kind of think I should do this, like I should reach out to this person, but oh, this isn't ready, so I can't reach out until this is ready, but doing this thing is going to take like a week to do, so I'm going to wait until then, and then you never get to the thing. If you've been in this overanalyzing loop, getting ready to begin or preparing to get ready to begin, please get in action. And sometimes, I don't think all the times, but sometimes we have to aim for a B-. Sometimes if we're stuck, we just need to do the thing to get an action, and we get to aim for a B-. And once we get things going for whatever grade you want to get. I mean, life is not graded, but if you feel like all you've got is B- effort, if you feel like all you've got is like a 7 or 8 out of 10 and you're not as full as you want to be, sometimes just getting in that action will help us get going. And like writing a rough draft, sometimes we just need to get all the words down, and then we can come back later and polish it. Okay? And then the third tip that I want to share is that you can ask for and receive help. Okay? No one achieves big, huge things all by themselves. We need help. We need community. We need coaches. Okay? I'm a coach. I love to get help, to give help, and I love to receive help. I have my own coaches. Okay? So folks don't succeed by themselves. You have to think about that. Like, think of a big goal or dream you'd like to accomplish, and think about someone who has accomplished that. And how do you really think that person did it all by themselves? No. Part of it is asking for help. And what's really cool is pretty much in any industry, it's about relationships. So when you ask for help, you get to connect with someone. Someone gets to come on your journey with you. They get to connect you to other people, etc., etc. Okay? So those are just a few ideas I wanted to share with you. And now I'm opening up for questions. So please leave your question if you have one here on Instagram or here in the Facebook group. If you have any questions about this topic, or even something slightly off topic, but connected to your creative career, leave it in the chat, and if I can answer it, I will. I'm going to begin with a question that came in from, where did this come in from? Here it is. This is a question from James. Thank you so much for this question, James. James said, so Elise, my question is probably probably easily answered by pointing me toward um, either Momentum Club or the Great Audiobook Adventure Training Vaults. And those are my programs. But here we go. I'm going to answer this question anyway, James. I think it will be helpful for folks who are watching this. So thank you for asking. I'm still struggling with time management, for instance, family obligations, and setting up a daily routine that allows me enough time to feel satisfied that I'm making progress with audiobook narration while not often having to say, no, I can't, to spend with family and friends. I want to make sure I understand that. I'm still struggling with time management and setting up a daily routine that allows me enough time to feel satisfied that I'm making progress with audiobook narration while not often having to say, no, I can't, when family and friends want to spend time with you. Okay, I get that. I feel like I need more of two things, both of which I had when I had a successful teaching career: structure and discipline. Great, James. And you said, P.S. I must include that in that routine time for physical activity, workouts, walks, as well as mental body health stabilizer, such as occasional massage, meditation, or just listening to a good audiobook. Thanks in advance. Okay, James, really great question. Thank you so much for asking it. And I know you're not alone, so this is a really great question for this live today. So, what I'd like you to think about, the time management aspect. I know you are busy and I know some parts of your schedule are out of your control, James, but what I'd like you to do is this. I would like you to take out a piece of paper and brainstorm all of the things that you want to include, like as habits, as things you do, or things that you make time for in your week or in your month. And I want you to just brain dump, write all of those things down. Once you've written all of those things down, I want you to put in 2 columns. And one column, I want you to say like things that you need to have ongoing, like daily or weekly commitments for. Like what feels like you must schedule it in and it needs to be the same time every week or every day, and put those things that you feel you really, really want to be consistent with down in that list. And then the things that you could make time for, but they could kind of flex, like here and there when you have like 5 or 10 minutes, or maybe you have an hour there, you could kind of fit it in. And I want you to make a list of what those things are. And then I want you to take a look at what your current goals are and what actions, what habits really support that. And I do want you to include the physical activity. I do want you to include the mental body health stabilizer. In fact, I would actually put those things in first, James, because oftentimes those are the things we tend to forget to put in our schedule. And when we don't have those things in there, our health goes, our concentration goes. We're going to do much better work if we put those healthy things in place first. So whether that's scheduling them or having some like flex time that you take note of in your week that are just going to be like, this is when I do health stuff, or this is when I do physical activity, and commit to them. And then the other thing is those other activities that could be more flexible. I want you to, at the beginning of every day, take 5 minutes. I know you're busy and I know you're a parent. So if you can, take 5 minutes or even less to just journal, to just write down at the beginning of the day. It doesn't need to be journaling. What is my intention for today? Like if I only did one thing today to move things forward, what would that be? And have it be one of these, at least one of these items that you've written down that are priorities. And I would begin with checking one of those things off a day. And as you get success with being consistent with that, then you can start adding things on. But with discipline and structure, first we need to commit to the small stuff and then grow from there. Oftentimes, if I give you the task of just like build this amazing, like perfect calendar that you want to stick to each week. It can be tricky to do that if you are going from like no consistency to all the consistency. So I would start by committing to like something every day. And then once you're getting success with that, building on from there. And yes, James, you are in Momentum Clubs, which is my ongoing coaching program. So I really would love to see you in an upcoming hot seat call, James, because we could really dive deep and create what those first few habits are. We also have a really great habit tracking training inside Momentum Club that I'd love to point you to. So those are like the resources for you, James. But I hope that gives you a start, and I hope that's helpful to other folks who are listening on the call. All right, let me check Instagram to see if there are any questions that came in. Okay, Shannon says, do you have to write your demo scripts, or can you find some to legally use for your demos? Shannon, great question. Typically, within the audiobook industry, I'm not sure. Shannon, actually clarify with me. Do you mean commercial demos? Do you mean audiobook demos? I will speak specifically to audiobook demos first, and I will say that typically what we're doing with demos is we're not selling them. So you can usually, I would say throughout the audiobook industry, most casting folks are saying it's fine to do a demo piece from a book under 5 minutes. I recommend even shorter, like 90 seconds to 3 minutes, pulling from an actual published book. Yes, you could find, what's it called? Royalty free, but as long as you're not recording this, and as long as you're not recording a book and selling it and doing all of this, you can do a short blurb for your demo piece. Again, not more than 5 minutes, less than that. And also for your demo piece, you're not going to be using the title of the book. You're going to be showcasing what that piece has for you. So just like on Actors Access, oftentimes actors are using scenes from television shows that have already been out there, and you're doing a script and you're putting that together and you're showing a sample of your work from an actual TV or film piece that has already been done. So it does not have to be written just for you. I hope that makes sense, Shannon. I might have over-explained that, but let me know if that is helpful to you. And let me see what else. Let me just make sure I didn't miss any other questions here. Yay, I love seeing everyone's responses and celebrations. So good. All right, let me just check Facebook and see if there are any questions. Oh, so many awesome celebrations on Facebook. Well, welcome on in, folks, and congratulations. Tim is starting prep today on my 22nd publisher book offer, and it's my 1-year anniversary of sending my initial publisher producer reach outs for chapter 7 in the Great Audiobook Adventure. Tim, such a win. Congratulations. Happy anniversary. That is such a win. I love it, love it, love it. Awesome. And Kimberly is the loop queen right here. Congratulations, Kimberly. And Philip just became an audiobook adventurer, going through the modules of the course, learning about what equipment to get. Love it. Learn more about the craft. Can't wait to get further in the process. I can't wait to support you, Philip. Wonderful. All right, it looks like that's it for questions today. So thank you so much to everyone who could join us live. And if you just started joining us now, don't worry. This will be available on replay. Elise Arsenault here, and I'm so glad to be here with you. I also want to invite you, if you are new to us, I have a free class which is called Narrate Your Way to Abundance. If you are an actor who is maybe not working as much as you want to right now because of the strike, SAG-AFTRA strike, and you're a union member or not a union member, I do want to let you know that audiobook narration is one of the untapped markets within the industry that you may not have really explored yet. And if that is you, or maybe you have explored and you haven't gotten as much success as you wanted yet, I highly recommend you to check out our upcoming free class. It's called Narrate Your Way to Abundance. It's the introduction to the Great Audiobook Adventure, which is my signature course. And there is a link in my bio. And in Facebook, I will drop that link here as well. Or you can just go to audiobookadventure.com. Those are free classes happening in 2 weeks. So if you're an adventurer and you have any friends who you think would like to check it out, please pass that on. Otherwise, I'm just so glad to be here with you. Oh my gosh, Dominique Franceschi Savolsky, thank you so much for dropping the link. You rock. But yeah, I'm so glad you are all here. If you haven't yet, please acknowledge one thing that you want to celebrate, because we cannot build upon the success we don't acknowledge. So we really need to do that. We really need to acknowledge that success. And part of that is you being here in community tonight. So many lovely people here on Facebook and on Instagram. Wishing you a wonderful night wherever you are. And before you go, highly encourage you to just take a full, deep, cleansing breath in. And release out anything that's no longer serving you. Let that out on a sigh. And another deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just thank yourself for taking some time for you today. So glad to be here with you. Elise Snow, founder of The Global Actor, signing off. I will see you next time. And yeah, don't be a stranger. Feel free to, if you are brand new to us on Instagram, if you have any further questions, feel free to just send a DM to The Global Actor and we will point you to any resources we think would be helpful to you. All right, take care. Bye, Instagram. All right, thank you so much, everyone. And we will see you next time. And I just saw on Facebook, I just saw one more celebration. Annie is celebrating the award for Colorado Independent Publishers Association on my aeration for the ABCs of Inclusion. Congratulations, Annie. So awesome. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a great night. See you next time. Bye.